There are a few things that you encounter on your way towards the keep. That you can decide how you want to deal with those things, or not deal with them as you see fit. Because in both instances, you kind of quote unquote get the jump on them. That these things don't seem to see you. So if you decide to wait them out, you'd be able to wait them out, and they would just move on. So it's kind of up to you how you want to deal with these things. The first is more humorous, I find, than the second, because I made some tables, and you see some giant crabs, which I had to put in the swamp for a reason. So you just see these giant crabs on your way, and you're able to avoid them if you so choose. Or if someone wants to jump in and start attacking them, you certainly can. But you do encounter some giant crabs that just seem to be kind of walking through the swamp and feeding, kind of digging around.
Do they look
how many?
affected?
Yeah. So roll a perception check, and how many? It's a group of 3 giant crabs.
Oh, we can take 3 giant crabs.
They are mechanically huge, if you're wondering.
Huge.
Yeah, they're huge.
That's a big crab.
Huge crabs. It's hard to tell, but just because the amount of like growth and like slop that's on them. But yeah, they do actually look to be undead crabs.
Undead giant crabs.
Yeah.
Is there a photo of these undead crabs? I'm just curious now. I just want to see if you have an undead crab.
I don't have a photo of an undead crab, but this is the photo that I have. If you would like to see it. Looks like that. But very big.
That's very scary, and Steven would like to avoid.
Yeah, there's big old group of these big boys. 3 of them just kind of.
Yeah, I don't see a reason. We don't get XP anymore.
Nope.
I was pretty stoked when I rolled that for swamp encounter.
Especially this is our 3rd encounter of the day.
Yeah,
that's true. Keep forgetting it's the same day.
Yeah, it's been a long day.
The longest day. This one, you actually there are some like big trees that are kind of like almost like blackened a little bit, and it almost looks like they're kind of being affected similarly to like it looks like these big black dead trees that are just kind of like sucking up the bog a bit, like, and you can see the like black going up into them. They have no leaves, they have no like moss on them or anything, and they're kind of like starkly different from the other trees that don't seem to have the same like effect happening. You've seen these kind of dotted throughout as you're moving. One of them in particular, probably like 100 feet away when it's first noticed by whomever. But it has a like a very pale, what looks from this distance to be a corpse, kind of like strung up on it, like hanging by its hands, and just kind of like hanging there on the tree. It's like a bit off your line. You'd have to, that you're currently going if you wanted to go over to it or investigate. But you can just see that in the woods, just kind of like this strung up corpse.
From our distance, can we tell kind of creature the corpse is?
Yeah, give me a perception. It looks humanoid. And yeah, you're able to kind of like tell like it looks fairly like waterlogged, like your best like and like starved, it's like hard to tell exactly the age, obviously from here, but your best guess is human or human adjacent.
So I can't tell whether or not it's an elf.
Yeah, no, not from this distance. There's kind of like hair, and it's very skinny, so like elf could be possible, but also could be very skinny just because it's completely starved.
Right. I don't see any reason to disturb it.
Yeah. We already got such a download about, the racists that seems a pretty reasonable leap to think this might be their doing.
Yeah.
And during the quote end of the day, as you guys are like kind of told, you're getting within, you're probably within 5 miles at this point. Ahead, moving through the swamp, and as you're getting closer and closer to the center, it's getting a lot more bog. You're having to find more land bridges, more root structures to kind of maneuver across, and you're having to trudge through some like knee deep in some areas and kind of try and find your paths. It's pretty easy to step a little too far in one direction and end up getting fairly covered up to your waist and feel it's even more like this is probably like a find a big stick and poke before you walk in water that looks like it's gonna hold and then isn't. So it's just getting thicker and thicker. So like root structures that are above the water are pretty nice in areas to stay on. Every once in a while you find a decent enough size land mass that you get to walk for a little while on that, even if it is a little circuitous as you're going. But ahead you do see what looks to be 5 figures just kind of trudging. They're trudging pretty slowly, and they're not really, as you guys are kind of circuitously like having to move, like, oh, you're going to this landmass, to this one, you can just see that they're just kind of walking straight through whatever it is they're encountering, whether it be shoulder deep in some areas, or coming up out of the water, and they're a couple hundred feet ahead of you, and they're walking in the same direction as you. This group, so you're moving south. They're also moving south, and you're moving at a faster clip than they are.
So they're either paladins or they're undead.
I think the undead is more likely.
Yeah.
How far ahead are they?
Somewhere in a couple hundred feet when you first spot them.
Can we give them a little bit of a berth, kind of go around?
Yeah, so Albrecht's leaders say, like we should probably just stop and let them continue on, because we could give them but it'd be he basically assumes that you're gonna have to. We're trying to get to a certain point that he knows.
Got it.
We're close enough at this point that it's like it's gonna be awkward to go like really widely around them. to get
Got
there.
it. Then yeah, we can just, slow walk.
Yeah, so if you just kind of slow down and let them kind of take the gaining speed, then you seem like you can probably just let them go. But that's up to you.
Yep.
Cool.
Sounds good.
All right. So as it is incredibly dark, hard to tell exactly what time it is, but you're feeling like it's the end of a long day, I would say. By the time you get to this kind of spot, rocky structure with a tree kind of growing out of the side, kind of up above this area of the bog. To get over to it, Alabrex kind of tells you do have to trudge through a good bit of muck, but he's kind of basically got this point as like you can see 360 around. We're within a mile of the keep, and this was kind of the place that he's been kind of coming back to when he wanted to be close and have a place that he felt safe enough to hide in. There's kind of a little area beneath the rocks that you can kind of hide and stay dry in this kind of gross place. So it's about a mile out, and it's a decently safe, he feels, place. Like he's hasn't seen a lot. He's seen some things move through, but nothing really like close. It's not a place that he's encountered anyone, and it's an easy place to hide, even in your number, if you will.
All right. Well, seems like a good place to cast the eye then.
Yeah. So if we're gonna send in the eye, I can show you some things.
If while Steven looks through the eye, if he wants to describe it, Dyson can draw a map at the same time.
Cool. Love that. Okay. So you travel up with the eye.
You said we're about a mile away?
About a mile away, yeah.
Takes 15-ish minutes to get the eye to the keep.
Cool. So yeah, as you kind of go up, you probably like a little bit up over the tree line, kind of just zooming in a direction, in the southern direction towards the keep, and the whole way it is obviously ever-present darkness. But as you've noticed, this kind of landmass is getting smaller and smaller. The closer you get to the keep, the less land there seems to be. And at some point, there's just trees coming out of dark, murky bog water. There's some areas that like the trees kind of get close and intertwine the roots. And it seems like there could be some, moving that way or this way. It just seems like it would take a long time if the intent is not to trudge through or even swim in some areas. And then there are some areas where those like interlocking roots seem like they would make it kind of difficult to traverse. Say if you were in like a canoe or something. Like there's some areas that are obvious you'd be able to get through, but it would take some doing in like a kayak or canoe or something of that nature. So even as you're not like to the keep yet, you can kind of see these defenses that exist just in the natural terrain of this area. As you get closer, you can start to see that even these some trees that do exist out here, they start to thin, and then you see these kind of distant glowing orbs of like this orange light in the fog, little dots of it on the horizon, as you grow closer to the keep, which eventually you see this kind of big dark shape looming in the distance, and it is quite large. I'll give you that thing again because I just think I have it here. Look, this massive shape in the distance. And the closer you get, like through this kind of like foggy darkness, you see those many dotted orange orange orbs are like a bunch of dotted campfires, and the water turns to land, a more solid looking landmass around the keep. I'm going to throw you all on a map here just to get a little bit of scale. And that's really like all that this map is at the moment, is scale. So keep that in mind, if you will. All right, I think I have everything turned off. You should be able to see the whole map.
Yep.
Okay. So you're
big map.
The eye is approaching from this direction here, so the left side of your screen. If, for instance, I was to throw a Fomorian token on there. There's a little bit of scale for this map.
Swap.
Big boy. It's Big Boy Castle. So the closer you get, the more you can start to make out. In this darkness, the campfires are kind of dotted around this island-like landmass in the center of this dark bog. And the campsites appear small only in relation to the massive keep that they surround. A huge stone castle sits in the center of this marshy island, surrounded by essentially a peasant village or perhaps war camp of Fomorians, ogres, and ghouls, numbering in the hundreds. The ever-present darkness makes it difficult to tell whether you've arrived at midday or midnight, but the relatively calm demeanor of the camps as you arrive and your long day up to this point kind of leads you to believe this is probably night's equivalent, or at least the beginning of night. For you can see that there are some clearly resting, sleeping, and or like passed out Fomorians amongst some of these campsites, and a few others just kind of sitting near fires or milling about the grounds. And then there are also pale-skinned ghouls that just seem to be like scattered throughout the camps. A lot of them apparently just seeming to wander aimlessly, while others are just kind of standing in small groups away from the camp and cook fires that exist here around the keep. Gonna have you just roll for me a general perception. As you're taking in just the campsite. Quite solid. All right. So a few things that kind of immediately stand out to you. And again, I'm going to throw some things on the map, but they don't necessarily represent placement or anything like that. It's actual things, just for knowledge sake. Like this is Dyson's map that he's drawing based off the description. So around the outside landmass, where the camps kind of begin, you take in a few small canoes or kayaks, and though they are covered and caked in mud and like bog, Stephen, you describe them as being like fancy or elegant looking. These are clearly not made for Fomorians or ogres, most obviously due to the size. These are for humanoid creatures. And as you can see, like around this area, it doesn't appear the ghouls have much need for boats of any kind, as they seem to just kind of trudge through the waters. So some elegant looking kayaks kind of like randomly parked along the outside of this massive landmass where the castle sits. The Fomorians that are scattered throughout the camps also tend to be scattered into smaller groupings of Fomorians. Some are more apparent than others just due to random like flags or like tent coloration banners that hang outside. But it seems that there are multiple sects or tribes of Fomorians that exist here. They're not all necessarily under the same banner. Though they are all, just big, hideous, giantish monsters. As you're kind of approaching the inner part of the grounds, which would probably be like closer to what you're actually seeing here on this map, there is one camp in particular that does kind of park itself near the front of the castle. I'll just throw them here for a here-ish. And it's like a pretty rowdy camp than the others. Largest camp that you can see, there is one like kind of massive tent amongst them. They have a massive fire, and they kind of seem to be having their own like probably rather like terrible to look upon celebration, drinks, foods, debauchery. Among them is the largest Fomorian, Stephen, that you've ever seen, sitting atop a makeshift throne of stones, rocks, and most predominantly ghoul and Fomorian heads. Some rotting, some skulls. This Fomorian wears a black metal helmet with these fiery orange runic designs on it. And then a bunch of like other small pieces of matching armor kind of around his body, mostly where his deformities seem to allow him to wear armor, because other areas are like too big and bulging for it to fit armor. And beside him is this huge greatsword. It's just like the biggest, broadest greatsword. It's dark black, and it also has these massive, like orange, fiery runes upon it, and it's just like in the ground next to him. And he's just kind of like sitting there watching as all these Fomorians just kind of drink and eat and probably fight. All the fun things you could think of. There is as there's like a smattering of ghouls everywhere, there is like one that just seems to be walking through this group of ghouls. That's just kind of like walking through the main area. Most of them seem to be like pretty aimless, though they are still following the group. And in the center of them is one ghoul that seems a lot more plugged into things, like he's looking around, perceptive, and he is also riding a large lizard creature that's just kind of prodding along, and he's just riding it, and the other ghouls are kind of just like aimlessly walking around. So there's kind of another interesting little tidbit. The castle in general.
Michael?
Yeah.
Was the big Fomorian named Chief Guh? Is that his name?
No, it is not Chief Guh.
That.
Chief Guh is somewhere inside, actually.
Yeah. Great.
If you must know. Storm King's Thunder. No, these are Fomorians, not giants. These. So as you kind of approach the castle, in the image, again, if you see that thingy, that lower kind of cylindrical thing that's closest to the viewer of that is this structure here, this southernmost structure that is kind of uncovered. This thing has like a land ramp that's going up to it, and then in this area here, like over this moat, where I'm pinging now, there is a ramp that kind of goes up and into the castle proper, which has kind of like this big door here. So that's just not shown on this level of the map because there are many levels of this map. And that's
Can you ping that again? I didn't see it.
Yeah, so the door would be like right here, and everything to the west of that, like back to this smaller structure, there's like a ramp that kind of goes up to there.
Am I the only one not seeing his pings?
Do they not exist? Yeah.
Oh, now I see him. Got it.
Down here. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see him either.
Maybe it's because I was on the wrong layer.
We were on the GM layer.
Yeah. You can't ping on the GM layer? That's the stupidest thing ever. Yeah, so there's just a long ramp that kind of goes up over that moat there.
Love it.
And as you're kind of approaching that area, you can see some large shapes in the moat that you would think were very big crocodiles, which is just a fun thing to know that there are probably crocodiles in the moat.
Good to know.
And outside the Barbican, that's what this thing is. I'm going to keep saying Barbican. So the thing to the lower corner of interest is another humanoid-ish, I mean, it does have two legs, looking creature that after seeing the last largest Fomorian you've ever seen, you may actually believe that this would be the largest Fomorian you'd ever seen. It is anchored to the Barbican's exterior wall by these massive interlocking chains and this just hulking figure. As you approach, you can see that it looks fairly bruised and beaten, infected wounds kind of all over its shoulders, chest, and back that are just kind of like oozing grossly. And beneath all the hideous boils and deformities, you can see these like patches of fiery red hair and beard on this massive creature. And as it like has its arms up by these interlocking chains that kind of lock it onto the Barbican. Its feet are also tethered together by chain. And it's just kind of slumped there hanging. You can actually see like blood coming down its wrists where its arms are just kind of like hanging from these things. Pretty hard to tell, honestly, if this creature is asleep or unconscious, the way it's slumped against the wall. Steven, roll me nature or history check, your call. As you see this lovely thing. Yeah, so looking past the boils, you actually do recognize this is no Fomorian, but it is a chained up fire giant that is just kind of like chained to the wall, hanging there. It looks beaten and bruised and looks to be forsaken with the same Fomorian curse that seems to forsake your friend Selig.
Out. Steven's out.
Big old giant chained to the wall. And from there, I'll let you decide what you want to do. You can zoom that eye up over the keep. You could zoom it in through the keep. That's your call.
Let's go into the keep first.
You want to go through the Barbican and up, just like a traditional castle sieging.
Yep.
If you will. Okay. So the Barbican, as I said, is kind of like more traditional defensive point of the castle. And as you go inside, there are a number of ogres in here. There are 6 of them currently just milling about inside. These ogres, I'm gonna keep saying ogres because they're like just smaller Fomorians. They're like bulbous and nasty. They look like soldiers to some extent, and 2 of them that you take note of in particular are wielding like these oversized like crossbows with these really thick bolts, and they're kind of like sitting against the back wall, and the bolt launchers are just next to them. No one looks on high alert as you kind of swing the eye in here. Many of them look rather bored. And some of like the 2 bolt launcher guys in the back that are just kind of sitting there and like up against the wall, kind of like they look like they're going to fall asleep or something. Like no one looks on high alert at this point. There is a staircase that leads up in this Barbican. I'm going to put you on a new map. And I believe you shouldn't be able to see anything.
Cannot.
Great. Because this was happening in school because it's way easier this way. All right. So this is the second floor of the Barbican, and it is open on top, as is the bridge. I'm not going to move you guys around the map. If you zoom out, you should hopefully be able to see it all as it like gets relayed. So you can see there as you kind of come up, there are 4 more of these kind of like guards that have like these ogre Fomorian guards that have these like bolt launchers, and what you would assume they're being meant to keep watch and like to keep eyes out of these arrow slits, but they're just kind of sitting there. A couple of them are like just talking with one another. One of them is drinking. They don't seem to be keeping a high watch. On the towards the right there is the causeway, 180 feet long, maybe is what my notes say. Is that correct? About 100 feet. Oh, I guess it does go technically farther. In my fight unravel more, but it does go through a door, and this is an open air place that those of you familiar with castle defense, people would be able to like shoot arrows from above, or throw rocks or whatever it may be down onto this area. There is a castle door. It is not shut here. So you'll be moving through here, leading to a large open area. Oh man, the polygon revealing is just really good. This is an open air courtyard. The outer ward of the castle, and there are currently 5 ghouls just standing in here. They just standing, doing nothing.
Hey, Michael, you didn't say, but is the eye flew in? How thick is the wall?
It is pretty thick. The outer wall's somewhere probably between 5 and 8 feet thick, I would reckon. Yeah. So in this open area, there just some ghouls just milling about. A lot of them are just literally standing there looking at nothing. And then you have some options. There are a lot of different ways you could go. Just kind of depends what you want to do. There is a doorway here. There's 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 a doorway here. And then there's also just going up and over the towers. And it's a big place. And Steven's relaying this to you all. So if you guys have, basically just use this as a opportunity to take in the sights and sounds of this place. Make your own notes and thoughts and plans, and we'll get as far as the eye can take us.
Door number 1, we'll just do it sequentially, because I can always cast the eye again.
To the right or to the left?
To the left.
Great. To the left. Okay. You got this inner area here. I'm gonna try to. I can't really see my reveals that well. So if something gets really wonky, let me know. I'm trying to.
Honestly, the map is so pixelated; it's hard to even tell.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing definite. I'm just trying to show you rooms at this point.
Yeah.
It's like there's nothing you need. You're not gonna see any little detail or anything that's gonna be like, oh, a clue. There's nothing like that. It's just the space. This appears to be a chapel. A chapel to a god which some of you are fairly familiar as the walls are lined with splattered green paint and goo, and there is a large structure of a form of amorphous and horrible look. There's eyes, there's maws, this is a chapel dedicated to the god or the demon lord known as Juiblex. There are no creatures currently in this room, in the chapel.
All right, let's keep moving on.
You want to go into the chapel and into more rooms, or do you want to go back out?
Go back out for now.
This is basically one tower that goes up, and you get the idea.
Oh,
there are a good many of them.
I misunderstood.
So on the handout, the keep handout, this would be the closest tower that isn't the Barbican to the viewer.
Anyone have any takes?
And there are more rooms in here, and basically you can go up if you wish.
I mean, go towards Center Castle.
Okay.
I don't really feel like there's a reason to bug with all these little potentially tiny rooms.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
I mean, the goal here is mainly finding the twins, more or less, to make sure they're here.
Totally.
And then anything else along the way is just extra
Bonus.
stuff we have to worry about.
Cool. Yep. All right, so we're going back out into the courtyard?
Yep.
Where do you want to go from there?
Room number 3.
Where is that? Okay, that would be actually... All right, cool. All right. Peeking in here. Please reveal. Please! That'll work. Great. A long room with a lot of kind of tables on it, but the room is like pretty mucky. You can tell that like there's been a lot of movement in and out of this room with dirty feet, and currently there are a number 12, 15 humanoids in this room sleeping on piles of hay on the ground. All of them kind of like in their own little zones. Getting up close and personal with any of these humanoids would reveal, why, yes, they do have pointed elven ears. So they're, some of them seem to be half elven. It's hard to tell. But sleeping, i.e., trancing, whatever it is they are, doing here. They're all just kind of laying on the ground. Many of them look pretty exhausted, and just covered in muck. Boxed around the room are all these boxes filled with what look to be arcane crystals, what you would know as arcane crystals. In these kind of like boxes all around the room, boxes, barrels, what have you. That's what you see in this room. You can continue north to another tower. There is also another, now there is a door off of this room, further north, that goes back to the east. Or you can go back out to the courtyard.
We'll keep going east. We'll try this new door.
Swinging through this new door is the most difficult polygon reveal of my life. So annoying. Look at this. Look at how good I am at polygon reveal. This feels easier for me to do it like this. I feel like it just kind of will help you visualize it better than it will if I were to just try to describe it. So this is like the inner ward, basically, of the courtyard. So this is also open air, but it is walled off from the main courtyard. In here, there are 3 long lizard-like creatures that you might describe as drakes. Might be described as drakes, and they are just chilling.
The RB Drakes.
The RB Drakes. From here, there is entrance to the northeastern tower. In the back, there is also entrance to the central tower.
Central tower.
Okay. So this tower does have a wooden door on it. And you'll note that this wooden door is in fairly good repair. And there are also basically 3 steps that kind of lead up to where this wooden door is. Though there is kind of room between some of the warped wood and the sides kind of slip the eye through. You just kind of note nothing else has really been doored off or anything. This is clearly doored off. I'm gonna reveal the whole central thing to make it easier. And yeah, this place. So the first room, kind of into this place, is cleaner than a lot of the rest has been. Though you can kind of consider this the foyer or the the mudroom. It looks like this is an area where people are cleaning off before they enter. This would be an area to leave shoes, whatnot. And there are a couple other rooms here that are used for what looks to be storage. There's a few chests in here that are closed, a few cabinets, things like that within these rooms. And then there's a staircase going up.
Up.
Okay. We made it to a second map. All right. Fully dark, I presume.
Yep.
Yeah.
Blam. Up. Okay. Let me get to my second story. Is this the right one, or is that the wrong one? That's the ground level. Give me the second floor, damn it. Okay. Right. Coming to the top of the stairs. The first room you enter looks to be kind of like a sitting room or an office of some type. There is a small hearth along the western wall that is kind of giving off some heat. There is a desk in the corner that could be described as a writing desk with a large padded chair. And there's a bench next to the hearth in this room. And then there is a door that is currently shut, though you can slip the eye through.
You go through?
This door as well. You enter a room that's furnished with like a comfortable looking like chaise lounge. There is like a table with carpet. There's a wash basin in here, grooming supplies like combs, soaps. There's a stool. There's rugs that kind of cover the floor. This place is really clean in comparison to everything else. There is a caged bird, a raven, in the room that's just kind of chilling. And also in this room is a labyrinth elf. And he's just kind of sitting in a chair next to the raven. He looks to be in a trance, as far as you can tell. Stephen, you'd be pretty familiar with trancing.
And he's the only one in here?
Yep, only one in here.
Okay. Any other doors that I can go through?
Not in this room, no, but there are more stairs going up.
Okay.
If you
Then
wish.
up we go. I will take a good, accounting of his face and features in case this turns out to be one of our twins.
Okay.
Something to compare to later on.
Yeah, give me a perception check. Or investigation, your choice, as you're kind of like looking him over more detailed. Yeah, so you're looking him over, like trying to get all his like facial details as he's sitting there kind of trancing. And just as you're kind of like, all right, going back, leaving the room, you notice something that catches your eye. Around his neck, he's wearing some kind of necklace. And it is this kind of like rough-hewn chunk of reddish amber, if you will, maybe, perhaps. But it's what's inside it that catches your eye. DC 20. There is a very faintly glowing little hint of light. And as you kind of close in and look at it a little closer, it looks very similar to an ember.
Oh. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, we'll clock that. Level 2, Central Tower, Labyrinth Elf, Ember. Selig, I'm going to assume Selig says that out loud because I am describing what I'm seeing for Dyson. I will take a few minutes to specifically try and describe him to Selig to see if it sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's hard for Selig to be able to through this.
Worth a shot.
But I mean, it could certainly be. Just based on the description, sure, it definitely could be. But he's not.
All right.
There's no way to be 100.
All right. Well, we've clocked that. Landmark.
Okay. Continuing
What's the
up.
third floor gonna hold?
Continuing up. there's not much I can do for you. Oh, here we go. Is it working? Continuing up, you find the stairs end in a doorway. And really, this is the most worthless reveal that I could possibly give you, but there you go.
Amazing.
They end in a large, dark, like metal doorway, like a greenish sheened metal. This big shut door.
Okay. No way to get through?
As far as you can tell, yeah, you don't like searching around it, poking, prodding. You don't see any way for the eye to get through.
Okay. How much time do we have for this eye?
I mean, generally speaking, like you're like maybe 15 minutes left on this eye, then you would just send another eye in. But,
yeah. Okay.
But you're going to be like safe enough to take a rest and all that. Unless you do something really crazy, like alert everyone at the camp.
Right.
Entering the wrong room or something.
Okay. We'll clock this as well and say, hey, on the next eye, we'll try and come in from above to the tower, to this specific tower, and see if we can get in there. But we will move on to another tower.
Okay. Pop back to the base. Great. We are currently here. If I can fucking ping. Where do we go from here?
How many towers are there total?
Uno, dos, there's 5.
Jeez.
Plus the Barbican.
Yeah. We'll do northeast tower.
Okay. Okay. Where's my reveal? This tower. Did I just hide it? Reveal.
It's frustrating, isn't it?
Yeah, it sucks. It's terrible. All right, can you see it now?
Yep.
There's like a staircase going up.
Yep.
So as you fly into this room, there likely was a wooden floor to this one when it was built to cover up the pit that is beneath, but this floor is currently gone. And it looks... You're glad that the eye cannot smell, because it looks to be a latrine. There is just foul waste in this, filling the basically bottom of this room. And you're also happy that the eye flies, because having to cross this to get to the staircase to go up would be vomit-inducing. You can also see that the floor above is pretty badly rotted out, with portions that have collapsed. And the eye doesn't need to even go up the rotting staircase. It can just kind of fly up through the holes in the floor that is above, if you would like to continue up this lovely
Yep, go ahead.
tower. Really wish I could do this. Oh, I can. Oh. Technology is great sometimes. Is that this one? I think. Okay, I'm not going to move you to the map. I'm going to read read it because I don't know if there's. Okay, yeah. So the second level of this floor is in pretty bad shape. Large holes in the floorboards that are completely rotted away and falling into that muck below. The floorboards that remain don't look that structurally sound, if you had to guess.
Cool. Let's move on. Seems pretty dead-endy. Unless there's somehow more stairs.
There is some more stairs that are rotting
Alright.
out, and there's a trapdoor in the ceiling.
Can I get through it?
Yes.
Okay. Peek through.
It's not in great shape. Oh, God. So that would go up. And that's up here. And yeah, so this is a really this room looks, in comparison to everything else, like untouched. It's covered with dust, cobwebs. There is a large table with chairs. There are some scroll racks on the walls with like what looks to be like scrolls in them, whether they be like quote unquote magical scrolls or just scrolls of, like histories of some kind. And there are actually a couple like really old looking sets of bones and like dusty tatters of cloth just kind of lying in the center of the floor here in this room.
Is there a window?
Yes, there is a window in this, like, I believe, yeah, there's some essentially like there's a few, like, there's actually 3 like small arrow slitty style windows.
Okay. I'll send the eye out and try to go to the central tower.
Let's go to the top map. Is it all hidden? Okay,
Yep.
great. No, it's not. Please let me just reveal the whole. Okay. Can you see everything?
Yep.
Okay, great. So you're basically coming out of this one here.
Yep.
Like flying out underneath. And as you kind of fly over, you can see the exposed courtyard below. You can see some of these areas are kind of covered. As you fly over the top of the tower that you're currently on, there are a number of like bones and sticks and things, and essentially you can kind of deduce that these 3 towers that I just will mark with something. Polygon line, I don't really care. Boop, 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 boop. Down. Why? I'm just going to ping them because things are dumb. This tower here, and then the bottom tower are 3 towers that would be nests or nesting, like sit-in places for wyverns.
Okay, great.
None are currently here, and those areas are empty. The last tower that is down here that you can kind of see, there are currently 6 of the bolt launcher dudes on top. They are all passed out, and you can actually tell by looking at this place that they're up here. They just stay up here. They sleep up here. It's disgusting.
Okay.
But yeah, that's that. And then the central tower is kind of covered with this bioluminescent greenish dome that you like can't really see from deck because it's not the tallest tower. It doesn't go above everything else. This greenish, just bioluminescent like dome that just kind of like shifts and changes in this greenish color.
Can the eye go in it?
If you attempt to do so, no. You just kind of like, basically like you're hitting a wall.
Okay. Cool. Is there is this a bridge or is this a gap?
That's a gap. It's just like basically like a multi-story door that kind of goes through there, I believe. It probably arches. You could probably actually walk across that, though it doesn't go necessarily as high as the tower.
Okay.
Or it's just like the wall separating the inner ward and the outer ward of the castle.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Got it.
Yeah,
so it's not meant to be like a pathway. It just happens to be part of the structure.
Yep. Yes.
Got it. Well, the Lord and Lady are here. We know where they're going to be. Not feeling very good about this place. I guess because 15 minutes, let's say the eye ran out. I want to use this to like get the party's input based on what they've seen and I've described. We're thinking I can cast another eye and look through other parts of the castle. But yeah, what are y'all thinking?
Go take out another tower.
Yeah, that's what I said before you got here, Steven.
Okay, gotcha. Then yeah, I definitely agree now. There's the risk reward, even like just trying to talk our way in or anything seems overwhelmingly dangerous.
I agree. We may also need to take up our new friend's offer to introduce us to the weird Fae situation.
Yeah, maybe.
Like we may need an army to distract while we go in or something. We've done that. But I think tower seems like our best bet for now.
Yeah, I agree. Is Selig, how does wind walk work? You need a gap for the wind to blow through, right?
It's tiny, I think, like an inch.
That's the same with the eye. It's like basically DM, if anywhere the eye can go, the wind walk can go, and anywhere the eye can't go, wind walk probably can't go. Is that a pretty safe assumption?
Possibly. I don't know. I don't have the windwalk text.
Yeah, it doesn't say actually, but I mean I would assume that you would have to have some opening.
Yeah, man, you're cloud.
And that only works once. I mean, I only
Yeah, no, totally. It was just like the only argument is like could try and wind walk through that metal door, or at least to said metal door, and then Steven could try to magically open it, but that's still.
Remind me, what's the downside of us just like wind walking into the dude with the ember, killing him, taking the ember and leaving, and just leaving the marsh there?
We have no idea.
I think getting out. How do we get out?
And there's also a reverting time going from air back to solid, so we can actually fight and kill them.
How much time does that take?
A minute, it says.
Oh, I see it now. Yeah. Yeah, so you would be like, what are these 6 creatures starting to form in front of me?
Yeah. He isn't. So that's just something to think about.
I'm guessing there wasn't a window in that guy's chamber, right?
I can certainly
Level 2 labyrinth elf guy. Or arrow slit, I guess I should say.
I don't believe there was.
Okay.
I don't think there's any in that town. No.
Okay.
There is no windows in that tower.
Yeah, so
But the floor, the eye obviously got in, so if you were wind.
yeah. It's just
The only
It's
other
not
thing
like-
Selig would offer is he could free that fire giant, if he got reasonably close. And restore him and heal him. And like if we think that is a captive and could be an ally or a chaos causer. Like he could do that. He could even do that on his own and get out pretty safely.
I would love that.
I would love that too. I think our best bet is hoping for Chaos Causer, because I don't know if Fire Giant's gonna be an ally, but it's good to know. I don't know if we would want to do that now. I think we still destroy a tower first.
Right, we probably want to save that for when we're actually attacking.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Heck, we might have to destroy both towers.
Can we destroy the third tower if they reinforce it?
Yeah.
Which they probably reinforced them already.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's at least go, or let's rest, then walk, and try and find out, I guess.
Right, head towards one of the second towers.
Mm-hmm.
Rest and trudge through the bog?
Yeah, I think so. Is Halibrax fine with
To the
that?
south.
Yeah, if you guys are like, we're gonna do some tower attacking, he's probably down.
Cool.
He
I
likes
just didn't know.
He likes the gumption of. He also, if you're, still wanting to kill those lord and lady, he's about it. And it seems like if this is the way that you think it can be done, / this is the way that gives him the best opportunity, then yeah. He's down.
Steven internally is wondering how, is this guy the most arrogant SOB walking the face of the earth? Being willing to try and infiltrate. He's an elf, so he could, pretend to be a racist and get in there. But still, the balls to 1 verse 300. I got this. That's something.
Yep. He might be that kind of guy.
Okay, well, we learned something about him today.
Talk his way in there. You never know.
He's down for anything.
All right.
We can try and talk our way in there. It's just if it goes wrong, I'm terrified of the outcome.
Night's rest. Let's take our 9 o'clock break. We'll call it the Scout the Castle, and then go south break. That's what this break is.
Break. Love it.
So we learned some things. Learned some things about ourselves. Some things about a potential ember. Some things about a big old castle with a bunch of baddies around it, just chilling. And maybe some potential ways to attack it. Maybe. We'll see what develops in time. But you have information. That's what you have. And you also have south. Through the marsh, through the bog, to the south. Selig, would you like to roll to see if you're going to be a...
I, before the rest, greaterly restored.
Ah. Great. That was probably the right move. Okay, perfect. Then you don't have to worry about it. It's wonderful.
So it's the next.
Yes, next day, nothing seems to wander by in the night, no matter what your watches are. You seem to have a pretty easy time of it. And you get your your good 8 hours in, and you wake up to the bright shining lights of darkness, as it's just still dark all the time. And that's just depressing.
Did you pre-roll sleep encounters? Did we just luck out, or are you just being nice?
No. I've pre-rolled a lot of things about this marsh, and currently in your current location, you're good. Things are good. Okay. Cool. So you start heading south. Right? Southern Tower, is that where we're headed?
I think it's the close. Oh, I guess we're kind of in the middle, but
I don't know if that means you can hear us still, Marshall. Give me a thumbie uppy. Nope, seems bad.
it's like enough.
No thumbie uppy. Uh?
I don't think nothing there.
Looks bad. Things look bad.
I think it's his computer or something. Like I don't know what would cause that.
I don't know.
Well, doesn't his computer doesn't he have to open his character sheet every time? His computer doesn't roll 20.
Yeah, it might be that.
News.
Combination.
We can hear him.
There he is.
Ooh,
We can hear you,
yeah.
but he can't hear us. We
guess
can hear
so.
you.
Wait.
I know that my Discord likes to try and use my phone as an audio device for some reason.
That's true.
Every single time I try to get in,
That's weird.
and every single time I'm like, no,
Now
don't.
we can't. Now we cannot hear him. We could.
Can you hear me now?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I hate Discord so much. It's clearly great for everything we need. I don't know why. Just my.
It just really dislikes you.
Yeah. It's a Marshall issue. It's not a the system sucks. It's just I suck. So anyway, I'm sorry again.
Amazing. So I don't know. But yeah, you head south. Southerly. Towards the southern tower. The only thing you encounter throughout the day are distant and avoidable crocodilians of the crocodile.
Are they undead
Type.
crocodiles?
They are. They are undead crocodilians. You actually do see a few wandering ghouls on your march south, non-grouped.
So like
Just-
singular.
Just single ghoul, just wandering through the swamp.
Assorted, scattered ghoul.
Just scattered ghoul. Alabrax would be like, we might as well just take them out if they're there, but I won't do anything to, rock the boat, basically. If you guys just want to chill. But he's like, I've got so many arrows, I could just shoot them from here and be really good at that.
Let's hold off for now.
That's basically his. Giving you what he's going with. But he's like, yeah, well, whatever.
Chill
They're
out.
gonna- He's like, they're probably just going to go join the army that you guys don't want to attack. So that's another one against us.
6 ghouls is really gonna tilt the tables.
Six ghouls now, 6 less later. That's all he's saying.
Yeah, but
You didn't have to come, Halibrax. Just want to be clear about that.
Like, true. That's very true. That's why I'm not shooting them right now.
But you're just gonna give us your thoughts on it.
He's like, I'm part of the party now. So
I think it was a provisional thing at best.
I'll be the new leader soon enough.
Yeah.
He
Good luck.
he-
with that.
He thinks to himself.
out loud.
Out loud.
Yeah.
Takes the better part of a day to travel through this fucking bog and approach the position of the tower, which, much like the other one, some would even say, like, almost exactly like the other one, is in this kind of boggy but forested area where the woods kind of encroach closely on the tower to almost kind of like camouflage it, if you will. And the tower, again, built out of thick rocks and muck, just kind of like cemented together like a ugly paper mache project. This time, however, from a couple hundred feet away, as you guys kind of approach, one thing you note is there is a massive undead, only 2-legged wyvern flying above, just kind of around the general area, not like in a direct circle above the tower or anything, but just like kind of slowly, lazily flying around the skies. The longer you kind of sit and like watch this thing from a distance, it does seem to land atop said tower. After it does do that, a second wyvern takes off from the top of said tower and then kind of flies lazily around the sky. Unlike the previous time you were here, or not here, but they like in a similar situation, I would say. There are some Fomorians milling about. These are smaller creatures. One might even call them ogreish, bloated, bulbous, stick-carrying creatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7 of them, just chilling around the outside of the tower. A couple of them have sticks that they're wielding, big, like, sticky things, like maces, I guess, clubs. One of them kind of sitting up by the door has like what you would describe as a bolt launcher. And they're just kind of sitting about. Every once in a while, they'll just kind of look up and watch the wyvern fly by, and the wyvern will scream. And they're just kind of sitting lazily about. They don't look as with the last time you were there. There were like these, larger, more like Fomorians, like focused, kind of circling the tower with their lanterns. They seemed a little more dutiful. This lot seems a bit lazier, if you will, and a bit just they're all kind of just sitting down and not seeming to do much.
Didn't Halibrax say they only had 3 wyverns total?
Yeah, he said he only seen 3.
Who was guarding the other tower then?
Wasn't a wyvern at the first tower initially until after we destroyed it.
Right, so we've killed 1 wyvern,
Mm-hmm.
and there's 2 more here. So what's at the tower we're not at right now?
Something worse.
Yeah, more for
Maybe
more.
nothing.
Or just more, yeah.
Yeah,
More little
maybe
guys.
Could be unguarded.
Army of ghouls.
How would you categorize the ogres there, Michael? Would you call them huge?
Large.
Large?
Fomorians are huge. These lesser Fomorians, if you will, are large creatures.
Remind me, what are the stats on large? Like how tall?
Just a 2x2 box or whatever.
So they're 10 feet tall?
Yeah, just about. They're somewhere in that 8 to 10 foot, 8 to 12 foot range.
They should allow Lagandu to do some shenanigans.
Definitely is an option. Always an option.
Note the Wyverns do have saddles, are not mounted.
Just gonna ask where the riders were. Cool.
Just to be clear.
Good detail.
Yep. Always good to have details. One of the Fomorians is horrific to look upon, by the way. Like,
Especially ugly.
especially ugly in comparison to the others. Yeah. It's like covered in like weird horns, and it has a third limb coming out of its chest.
Ah.
Yeah.
Are they all
He's what I would call the piece of shit of the bunch that you guys would be most angry about seeing. Yeah, that guy. We should deal with him.
Are they all like grouped together, or are they roving about like the last tower?
They're not roving about, but they are all like kind of like in separate regions, if you will. I can put you on a map if you need it.
As well.
Though I'll say that the map does not necessarily represent exactly the situation, unless it needs to. Oh, just organizing. Don't mind me. So many things going on. Great. Okay. I'll throw you on a map in a much different, turn of events. You guys are up in the top right of this familiar looking map. That definitely isn't the same map. I'll put him here so you can just see him better. He's perched. The other one is flying off somewhere.
What are the two things in the upper left?
I think those are the initiative trackers things. from
Oh,
last
okay. Gotcha.
time. I think they just.
I thought you were
hang out.
trying to be coy and like, there's totally not two more monsters that you don't see yet.
No, I think those are the those are the Battle Master guys. And you technically aren't this close.
Yeah, no, I know. It was just, it would have been funny if that's, like. Anyway. So 7 ogres, 2 wyverns with saddles. That's what we see.
This is my favorite token.
Yeah, that is good.
Couldn't they just give me something?
No.
That's annoying. I hate that. Just put an ogre in there
Give him a hat.
with like a bow and arrow symbol or something. I don't know. Like, come on, Monster Manual or whatever that came from. Volo's Guide to Monsters. I don't know. It came from something.
We see 9 enemies total.
Something like that.
C9. 2 riders are missing.
Yep.
Well, what do we think? Certainly better odds than the keep.
It's true. These ogres
Certainly.
are untested. We don't know what they can do.
Yeah, certainly well more fortified than the
first
last tower.
We know Saleh can at least take one of those wyverns out while we deal with the rest.
Oh, with polymorph?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was wondering maybe if we could split up the wyverns from the ogres and just try and take on one of the groups at once.
I mean, as long as we make sure that we keep our distance, we should be able to be okay. The wyverns will come in and do their thing, land or not land, whatever. But if we can do like a spike growth in front of us, even if they do get through, we'll at least do some damage before they get to us.
Yeah.
I've got a wall of force as well that, depending on like if they're wandering around, like timed appropriately could, it would at least take a round or two for them to go around it. Like I could basically partition off, like I don't know if y'all can see my ruler on the map. Like I could make a 60-foot wall 20 feet high, right there, and make it real difficult for them to go around. Would keep them out of the fight for a couple rounds maybe.
True.
And then what are we prioritizing? Like, are we going to prioritize the little guys and just deal with the wyverns after?
I mean, we saw how... I don't necessarily have a preference, but I do think cutting the battle in half like that was a big reason why we won so easily against the last wyvern and the rider, because all of a sudden the wyvern was gone and it was full open season on the
rider.
Excuse me, the Nani.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
So
we'll have to deal with this close guy, though.
This close guy?
He's like the only guy I can see.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we spike growth in front of us. They run through it. They'll at least damage by the time we get here. Depending on where the wyvern goes in the turn order. If the wyvern lands, we attack it. If it flies by, then we just deal with it as it flies by. Worst case scenario, the wyverns keep flying by. We worry about the things on the ground, kill them. If the wyverns both land, if one lands and one stays flying, we just kind of deal with it.
Yep.
If I cast See Invisibility, I still see the distance I normally see, correct?
Probably.
It doesn't say otherwise on the spell sheet.
I would assume you'd still see the same distance. I don't know if see invisibility has a distance or not, or if you can just see what you see. I think.
I assume it's see what I can see. I was just checking because
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, you'd be able to see 100 whatever 20 feet.
Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and cast See Invisibility on myself.
Cool.
Because it just occurred to me that the will-o-wisps were only visible to Xerxes and I when they were out of their lanterns, and so I want to, make sure there's not a secret little army hanging out.
For sure. Yeah. So casting see invisibility. Make a roll a perception check.
Because we're, like you said, we're not this close, right?
Correct. Yeah.
And could I use the spyglass?
Yeah, you'd be looking at like specific thing with the spy.
Okay.
Like if you're trying to get a visible, like the whole area would probably be more useful for you. To not. Yeah, you don't see like as you're scanning the area, you don't see anything like out of the ordinary.
That's good, at least. Is there something to be said instead of, trying to kill all of them? That, because there's 6 of us, right? That, like, 4 of us try and draw their fire a certain way, and Xerxes and one other person goes up and plants the charges, and because the point's to kill the tower. Would that make it easier, or does that just make it more complicated?
It doesn't guarantee they stop attacking us from the tower. Blows
Yeah,
up.
I mean, if we want to bum rush the tower to explode, we also have to think of a way out if things get overwhelming.
Yeah, that's the only reason I suggested that, just because, like, if, let's say, Xerxes and someone goes and they're successful, and it's like, oh, we don't know if we can kill everyone, we could at least start running with our mission being a success versus having to win the fight to then destroy the tower.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm just worried about, the Wyverns and outrunning them.
Fair enough.
And if we think we can take them down and not worry about the ogres and still do it.
I mean, if we could make Xerxes invisible and then he runs in, plants mine, and goes away. Kind of the only really way we do it.
Can tomorrow.
Why do you never have that spell?
Do you know how many, like, different things I have to have covered here?
I do think strategically that taking out the Wyverns makes sense for us regardless.
I agree.
And he's not outright saying it, but he's saying, like, we don't need to worry about these guys as much as we did the Fomorians. There's more of them, but...
Logando, I'm going to send you my spell list, and you can tell me which one of these are supposed to be dropped.
Hey, Michael.
Yep.
The Wyvern that's patrolling, how far out from the tower does it get?
Pretty far.
More than a mile? Less?
No, you'd think like somewhere like it probably gets as far out as like 1,000 feet in kind of arcs back. It's like generally saying like generally pretty close, but like 1,000-foot radius of the tower.
And how high up?
Oh, just it kind of changes from over the tree line, so pretty low, which tree line's probably like 30 feet or so at some of the tallest. Some of them probably get to like 80 feet generally, but like somewhere in that 100, like 30, all the way as low to 30 feet when it's like swooping low, to like 100, 150, 200. It's
Right.
like there would definitely be opportunity if you wanted, to attack it when it was swooping low somewhere. You probably could attempt that,
And
or
farther away from the tower.
yeah. Don't necessarily feel confined by this specific map. If you want to try to do something that draws things away, if you want to try to do things, it's
Yeah,
up to
because
you.
what do we know about these things? They're kind of
I changed the color back on the wrong map.
ravenous, right? Like that thing was just going at.
It did not.
bubble.
Yeah, it was just attacking with.
So if we just straight up like ping it, like hit it with a single attack, what's the chance it's gonna go back to the tower, or it's just gonna go straight for us? And that's an isolated wyvern we can take down.
Well,
if it goes by itself.
Yeah.
I also have my dangers from days past spell, basically mental prison, that I have prepared that, similar to polymorph, assuming it fails.
Still does a buttload of damage.
Well, and it thinks it's being confined in some illusory spell, or it takes 15d10 over the course of its damage. So, because 5d10 on the first fail, and then if it leaves its cell, it's 10d10.
Yeah, I think it takes the first 5d10 no matter what.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
So I kind of like your idea of, like, if one goes... Hang on. Like, if one flew far enough away, Salad could try to polymorph it, and all of a sudden, we now have an hour to play with.
Yeah,
polymorph is just 60 feet though.
So it'd have to be really close.
Rough.
And what would you polymorph it into? Something that would take fall damage to?
I didn't think about that. Yeah, good point.
We could do a butterfly.
There you go.
Right away.
Butterfly has 0.1 hit points.
Yeah, but like it's smart enough not to fall.
I'm just telling you. I'm just here to be chaos.
It's a natural instinct. Fly.
Yeah, no, it would fly. It would absolutely fly. Just, I hope there's no birds around. That's all.
What's the range on mental prison?
Probably the same.
60 feet.
Yup.
Well, we could at least hit it.
Look at that damage.
It might come in, and then we can cast one of these control-y spells.
Wall of Force is 120 feet, but that doesn't kill it. It just traps it in a sphere for a minute. 10 minutes, so... I mean, it's a long time, but I don't know if it's long enough.
Yeah, I don't know. I say we find an opportune time when it's lower, and it's at least a few hundred feet away from the tower. Just hit it. Hope, little problem, like, do you think it would attack us if we just hit it?
I think it would. I wonder if just everything else comes with it or not.
Right, but at this point, if we do that, things come staggered, because the second wyvern should come faster than the other ogres, so then we kind of take things in succession and not all at once.
Yeah, no, I like it. The only other idea I have is, do the Grudhog maneuver and burn part of the trees forest area that we're in to try and see if they'll come investigate. Basically the same idea. It just might it might split the battle more in half. That's all.
Can we start a proper fire out here, though?
So wet.
You
It's
have a
very
wizard.
wet.
You have a wizard who can create fire out of his hands. That's got to help, right?
Yeah, but when wood's very wet, it doesn't burn very well. Or in a swamp. Well,
Selig, Lagandu, any thoughts?
I mean, I think we try to fight that one wyvern. If they come in staggered, okay. If they don't come, even better. It's better than everything at once, which is our other option.
How are we? What's our primary choices on going after the wyvern? Are we trying to basically trap it and subdue it via polymorph or mental prison?
No, why
Or
don't
are
we go
just
for the
going- we're
kill
just going for the
first?
kill?
kill,
Yeah.
and then if there's an unsuspecting rider that shows up, that might be a good target for one of the controlling
'cause-
capture spells.
Yeah, and that because the riders can counter, or at least the one rider could counter spell, so he might not even be able to get polymorph off. If they're around, they might be guarding the other tower too. They might not even be here.
One of these dumb ogres could be the rider.
I mean, the
True.
way the rider and the wyvern acted last time.
Yeah, they're
I
around here
suspect
somewhere.
he's around.
Yeah. Whether we find him.
Yeah. And attacking a wyvern is probably a good way to draw him out.
Yeah.
We did take one down pretty quick when we all focus fired him.
That's true.
Yep.
What's our escape plan if we need it, if we get overwhelmed?
I mean, what we have the most to worry about of getting overwhelmed by, I think, or getting chased by at least, is the wyverns. And if we can take those down before even we get overwhelmed, we may just be able to run. Or it gives us a better chance at it, at least. But I'm not the one with the list of spells and shenanigans to get us out of something like that.
Yeah, I mean it's either something he has, or it's we
Say, maybe
tree teleport, or we run. I think that's pretty much.
Yeah, how fast does it take to cast the tree teleport?
It takes about 22 hours because it's not prepared.
Gotcha.
Jesus.
Okay. What do we have?
What other spell can we suggest that we don't have?
Yeah, what do we have as an escape that, not going to take 22 hours to cast?
That is such a long casting time. Can't believe they did that.
I mean, because I was kind of asking, taking us completely out of the forest. You know what I mean? Just of
Right.
getting to a safe area.
Well,
but obviously, if we have to, we have to.
Unless... Yeah, you or Selig has something.
I really don't.
I don't. Prepared.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, Selig can always get out, but that's not going to help.
I can dimension door.
Sounds like
okay,
we'd
well,
be
that's you
fighting
and
then.
someone else.
Yeah. Sounds like blood makes the grass grow. Kill, kill, kill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the escape plan.
Selig
Murder
can
your
No
way out.
escape.
Yeah.
Murder your way out. When in
Yeah.
doubt, murder your way out.
People and carry 2 in his talons and 1 on his back. That gets it done. And I dimension door the last person.
I don't know if a giant eagle can carry that many.
Oh, really? Did in Lord of the Rings.
I mean, Wallace feels Dyson could probably get out on his own too.
Yeah, Xerxes can fly away
Oh, that's right. I forgot you can do that.
for 1 minute.
Oh, okay. Well, that's less.
That's pretty far.
Still something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Alright.
I'm not. I think the stagger will give us a good chance and good time to gauge whether or not we're going to get overwhelmed or not, and should give us time, to change our minds. So,
Yep.
let's find a good spot.
All right, so
Before we do that, Steven will cast telepathic bond as a ritual.
nice,
Not
Nice.
forgetting that this time.
classic. You can all think to each other.
Yeah. This Halbrax guy sucks.
Is he in the bond?
He wasn't. I did it. It kind
I'm
of.
just wondering.
Kind of like a computer loading situation of like he was the last one to get it. So like before he got it,
Gotcha. Okay. I
thought
like it.
that. And then
Good.
he got added in. It was like, oh hey, Halbrax, what's up?
It's very rude and upsetting. He also does correct you every time you pronounce his name with an H, and he's very adamant that it does not have an H in the beginning of the name.
What is it?
It's just Alabrax with no H.
Halbrax.
But I also assume that Steven continues to call him Halibrax.
Yeah, no, that's definitely in character.
Yeah. And you're like, no, that's what I said. I just thought it needed to be known that he does insist that that's not his name. All right. So, retreating away from the tower. You'll know where the tower is, generally, about 200 or some odd feet away. And waiting for the perfect moment when the Wyvern is within 60 feet above you. Is that your call?
Yeah, that's like we'll at least try that first, and if that never happens, we can recalculate.
Who wants to lead the first hit? The first attack? I could.
Who's got the best chance of hitting?
I mean, it depends if we're throwing the heavy artillery first, or if like just trying to throw a little firebolt at it or something to get
just
it to
get
go
it
closer.
Yeah, there's no reason to go.
Polymorph for something like that.
There's no reason to go crazy on the first one.
Yeah.
See especially if it's by itself.
And if it's a surprise round, like, we should be able to take him.
Yeah.
Everybody but Lagandu can hit him with something, right?
I was just say, yeah, that's up to you, rangy people. I got to be close.
Knock him prone.
That would be big.
From the sky?
From the sky.
Prone makes a flying creature fall some amount of feet or something.
That would be significant.
You know, my gunslinger power that's super cool that would help do something like that specifically prohibits it from any
I take that back.
large creature, which is, which is great.
I'm feeling like in The Princess Bride of like when the Man in Black's like, why didn't you mention that as part of our assets? Am I the only one who's seen that movie?
It's been a long time.
I'm just reading. I think prone does make it fall all the way. I think it just makes it not have a moving speed. And it should just fall, I believe. That's probably how I'd rule it right this second, because I don't want to dig through.
Yeah, mine says creatures of huge size or larger automatically succeed.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
What size are the Wyverns?
Huge!
Yeah. Way to give me something worthless, Matt Mercer, you bitch.
How often are you fighting like monsters?
The
Depends
only
if you're
time
going
it'd be
into
worth it.
Yeah, it depends if you go into a keep that it's full of huge creatures or not. So is that the call? Is that the play? 200-ish feet away
Yes.
from the tower.
Yeah. Yeah.
Take
Yes.
out a Wyvern if it gets within
Yeah.
range.
Yeah, if that's as far from the tower as it goes, then yeah, we'll go the minimum.
I mean, it goes out further, but
Just
it stays in close for the most part. So you have a better chance of getting it closer than you do farther.
All right,
Just
then that sounds good.
whenever it gets closest to us and then starts like turning back.
Okay. Four hours later. Waiting for the perfect opportunity as you guys are just fucking chilling for a while. On edge. On edge! It will come within 60 feet of you.
Oh, all right.
All right.
Bombs away.
Fire.
It is at this moment 40 feet above the ground and kind of just like arcing in the direction away from you in this kind of circular motion. I'm just gonna let's just do this thing where we do this thing, and then I'll put you on this map because maybe this will just be a little easier. Upper right, big green map. You like my big green map? This is the first time we've been on just a random map, I think.
At least in a while.
Did that mess up anyone's initiative? I just didn't think about that.
I swear I had myself selected.
Well, it might have been because you had yourself selected on the other map.
Yep, that's what it was.
Yeah.
If
What'd
you'd
you
like
get?
me to re-roll my 5 on the die, I wouldn't say no.
What's your initial?
It's 19.16.
19.16.
Wasn't
Xerxes,
last time.
you're in there twice. X Factor. Oh, you have advantage. How can I please delete the slower Xerxes?
No, I don't have advantage. I had to re-roll it because I rolled it on the other screen,
Oh, gotcha.
and then I changed it to the original one.
That's great. Well,
Yeah,
you almost got 2 turns out of it.
it was my
Alright.
other character that had advantage on with his
Gotcha.
weapon of warning, if you recall.
Ah!
Yeah.
I do recall that. And this, oh my god, I have way too many character sheets left. Let me just say that. Alright, surprise round.
Why did you delete me from the turn order
Yeah.
entirely?
I didn't.
You did.
You're right
Yeah.
here, 16.9.
Nope.
Nope.
You're on my screen.
Don't see,
Incorrect.
He's not on our screen.
don't see him at all.
We see you, White Master, handing this DM. You can't pull a fast one on us.
16.1. You're on my screen.
I see him now.
Oh, now he is.
Oh, now there's 2 of you. Now there's clearly 2 of you.
There's only one.
Just
All right,
one.
Here we go.
We believe you. This happened in the one shot that I did.
Take it up. Take it up with roll 20.
I mean, I can roll
Oh.
initiative again.
I mean, I will delete you from this turn order.
I think we should just all re-roll initiative.
Get out of here.
What, you don't want another 29?
How do you like that? How do you like that?
Can you delete the middle one?
No, I want them both. You can't see it. Why do you care?
Well, because he's out of order in ours, and it's bothering me.
Yeah, he's very out of order. Okay, the middle one is the one you can't see.
Correct.
Yeah.
Monsters.
And there he is. Hey, he did it.
Do you also like that it's round 6 for some reason? Because I can't turn
Yeah.
off Battlemaster.
Yes.
Because I don't know how to turn off Battlemaster, so it's just always on in the background.
The battle never ends in this campaign.
It is a surprise round. Whoever made the first shot, please make your attempt.
Could I have cast a spell on myself before we did this?
No, of course not. Yeah, that's fine.
Just casting Longstrider.
That'll hit. It screams really loud.
Good for all attacks to go right now?
Yeah, you guys have the jump on this thing. It has no idea you're here. That'll hit.
And I'm doing a Psionic Strike on it. It needs to make a strength save.
Okay. I wish I could color code my character sheets. That would make life so much easier. They all look the exact same to me. Boom.
Oh,
Just
too
succeed.
good. Too good to be true.
I am as strong
Well, it does take
and
9 more damage, though.
powerful Wyvern. 9 more damage. Taken. What else we got? Anybody want to really? Oh, wow! You love you hate to see it. It does not confirm. That would have been so much fun for everyone involved. So, especially.
Why do my hits always do such trash damage?
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you should do. Blow up your gun for a
Use
crit.
that special crit feat.
Do it!
Right.
Perfect time. Surprise round, start of combat. Like what a cool moment that would be.
Actually, do I get a second attack?
Yes. Yeah, you can take your full action. Your full action.
I don't know, 15 minutes.
15 does hit. Does hit. Could you imagine for just a moment being this wyvern? I mean, it's undead, so it doesn't seem to care, but.
It's guarded by stuff.
What else? Thalig, you got anything you want to do? Lagan do?
I do, actually.
Okay.
Because I can just...
What about Halibrax?
A couple Eldritch Blasts. Yeah, he'll go as well. A 10 does not hit. Surprisingly.
Fine. He doesn't need the 1 damage.
The other 2 do.
Sorry, did Dysen's 15 hit?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it did. Halibrax will go. His bow. How many attacks do you get, buddy? 3 range?
I feel like he probably gets like 5-6 attacks.
He gets a couple. He's attacked twice before.
Does get a triple the range to 10. Womp. Hit. Womp. Womp. What did he tell you? He doesn't fucking move. Just remember that. Thalik, anything?
No, I don't think Salik wants to spend resources. This thing just took a pretty big beating.
We just did 104 points of damage.
Fucking
so, yeah,
lit
I
him
think you're
right
on
up.
the path there, Saley.
Oh, and if anyone's wondering, my fucking wyverns are linked, and the other wyvern just took the same amount of damage. So,
Hey, that's right. The spell that does that, where you can like increase or decrease HP and it affects someone else.
Yeah, there is.
It's a cleric thing.
Yeah.
Warding bond or something like that.
Yeah,
Some sort of bond.
Yeah,
I think, something like that.
very
It's
cool.
like that thing in Dishonored. Do you guys remember that? Where you could link all your enemies together. You just headshot one, and then all of them die.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the Destiny Hunter tether?
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Okay, top of the round. It is screaming bloody fucking murder.
Is it bloodied?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I can't. Am I the only one that has the limited vision here?
Has bad vision? Maybe.
my regular dark vision that means nothing.
I think
yeah.
Selig also can't see very well, but
Sprint forward 45 feet,
wow, what a hero!
aim up, and fire twice.
He wants the thing to fall on top of him.
Critical threat, critical threat, critical,
You
critical, critical
want me to send another thing to
threat.
confirm it, or just
We can use that. That's to confirm critical. Fuck that thing up. Right. Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Let's talk about its lung.
I was gonna say it doesn't have any.
Because luckily it doesn't matter, because that fucking goes through it and it falls to the earth wheezing. Like you can hear the air going through the hole that's been made in its torso as it crashes into the trees around you and into the bog. And since you sprinted forward, you get a little splashed and a little bit of bog water hits you in the face.
Go.
Roll a Constitution saving throw for the bog disease that now you have. Oh, you failed. Dang it. You
It's
have
got a
bog
face
disease.
plate. His skin's not exposed.
Dang it, you have
yeah,
bog disease.
come on. I'm like entirely encased in armor.
Wow. And now your armor's all rusted because of the bog water that going on it? Oh, no. Bog
Acid
disease
water?
arm. Yep.
Eating his armor.
Rusting
Yeah.
my magical armor.
Yeah.
Well, that was a freaking massacre.
That was awesome.
Yep.
Reminded me of the olden days.
Yeah, the
Oh.
music is so compelling for what just happened.
The olden range days.
I guess I'm just gonna finish out my turn looking around to see if one of those riders is gonna show up out of anywhere.
Don't
Not that I have
mind.
any actions to do anything about it.
Don't mind me deleting that guy. I just have to give the other Wyvern his hit points back because he's not dead. The other one, alive and not Link.
Well, we do have a decision to make. That other Wyvern's going to know when that one doesn't go to alternate like they were doing. We can either wait and have it fly out, or if we think it's going to go somewhere and get the word out, like we can charge in now.
We could start making our way towards the tower. I mean, what we
I would
should do at
imagine
least
that-
see it flying up.
I mean, 200 feet.
Can't hear you,
We
Marshall.
can't hear you, Marshall. I would
He's
imagine
out.
200 feet is not that far to hear a freaking huge creature crash into the bog.
Well, scream and then fall.
Yeah, you can. You're very.
You're
light.
you're quiet, but we can hear that you're talking.
But yeah, it
Definitely
screamed,
light.
right?
It screamed, and you actually hear this distant scream, like a 200-foot away plus some scream.
Oh, we killed its friend.
Say we just
I think we need to be prepared for incoming hostiles.
think
Some might say it worked too well.
Also true.
You guys have some time to prepare yourselves on the map however you want. I'm not going to go turn by turn unless you need me to go turn by turn for a moment.
Let's spread. Steven will think this, not even just meta. Hey, let's spread out so that if that rider's around, we don't get cone of colded again.
smart. Yeah, agreed.
I'll say, Lig, if you or I, like, if the whole horde comes at us, let's you and I try and disable the Wyvern. And if that, and we'll know if that works, and then everyone can turn their focus to the ogres or Fomorians, whatever we're calling them.
Yes, we're calling them just yes. That.
Okay. Great.
Mogurins.
Are we pleased with our positioning?
Trying to find a spot that doesn't like auto lightning bolt for 2 or 3
There's always an opportunity for at least 2 people to be in a line. So just remember that.
All right, that's as good as it's gonna get.
Okay.
All right, we're pleased. Feeling good.
Selig and I are opposite sides, so we can cover a good range of ground for the Wyvern.
Don't mind me. I'm gonna roll some inities, just to get these guys on the order. Quick boy, maybe. You. Oh, God, I don't even have this guy's sheet up like a fool. You. Good, you're really slow. You. Oh my God, this is like the worst. And you. So what are our plans? Are we holding some actions until you see things at your?
Believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How wooded is this area? Not that wooded, right?
I mean, fairly, but not to the extent that you really need to worry. If basically, if you can see it on the map, you pretty much will have a clear shot at it.
Well, I was wondering the opposite, like if we could hide a little bit, if that would help.
I mean, you could attempt to, for sure. There's you can hide behind the carcass of the fallen wyvern. There's some trees around. If you want. It's up to you.
Hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm just so in my head on whether Discord works anymore. When I get no response, like I don't know if it's just because no one cares or if I can't even just talk. All right, we're good. Do we want to throw a spike growth or something up front to slow it in advance?
Also an
I wouldn't
option.
worry about it until we see people.
Okay.
Good. Or a clear idea of their paths.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
But take some, general time. Before much happens. Great. Okay, great. Things are great.
Yep, I see him.
So Steven, that guy is the first one that is visible.
Even though I can see the other ones.
Yes.
Okay, just that's why I was asking.
Roll20 is such a pain in the ass with the light. It just doesn't work the way it wants to.
I forgot about the bolt launcher token.
It's the worst of all time.
It's so good.
The worst of all time.
I was just scrolling through the turn order. Oh yeah.
Seen it?
Yeah, baby, that'll hit. What Gondu can you see?
Not in the green circle.
Outside range. Mute. Okay. From here, we'll just have to go turn order. Holding actions until seeing people, presuming. Holds true. Okay. Bop. Okay.
It's an orange.
Could Xerxes not have fired on the ogre?
Can't see him.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Right. Lagondu, I think you can probably see that guy.
Yeah.
If you want to do something.
Wish I knew. Yeah, I'll just
Oh, Alabrax can see him too.
pop him.
Oh, okay. Ogre. 15 and 12 hit.
Cool. He has pushed 20 feet backwards. 10 foot per blast.
Love that.
Alright. Next. You guys will have to like if that's what you're talking about. Okay. Lagondu. The held action was from your previous turn. We'll call this turn.
Oh, sweet.
It's just going to be way easier for turn order reason.
Yeah.
Good try. Again.
That's pretty much. I was hoping Stalik would pop a spike growth behind him, but that's okay. We can save that for later. Operation Cheese Grater.
There's definitely time. Hit, crit.
Hey.
Crit.
Critical threat, critical threat, critical threat.
Give me that sweet, sweet cantrip crit.
Magic crits, man. Magic crits, though.
Oh, there we go. Let's go.
Oh, that's big, though.
Is that on the same one or the new one?
That's a new guy.
And this guy, he's also 30 feet back.
Okay.
And if a straight line,
You actually need to roll one more time, Preston.
Yeah, roll one more hit, by the way. Because I just can't use that one as your confirmation. That'll do it. Better damage.
let's see. Why can I not draw a thingy?
30 feet.
There it is. Well, he's 30 feet back,
Mm-hmm.
but in theory, he gets pushed in a straight line. Oh, maybe he wouldn't hit that guy. Never
Very
mind.
close. Very close.
I wanted collision damage.
I mean, there are some big bodied mother effers. Okay, and he is stunned if oh gosh.
Till my next turn at the end.
I'm sure his intelligence is really good. How about a 0?
Yikes.
Is that good?
That's amazing.
Is a 0 good?
Probably fitting.
Yeah. Alright, he's stunned. Help me remember that. This guy is like fucking pissed off and confused that guy's right in front of him, which makes him really annoyed. He will dash as he's an aggressive creature, and as a bonus action because he can. I think this. Well, let's just get here. He's going to trigger some people, I believe. Tell me if he gets anybody. He definitely gets Alabrax, and I think Dyson.
Yeah, he gets me.
All right, Alabrax is going to fire his. As I said, he never misses.
Bam!
Let's go. Let's go.
That 13 confirms.
Yes, it does. Yes.
And on that crit,
Pierce another lung.
I'm gonna throw a Sonic Strike on it. So and that's another D8 for the crit damage.
Maze. And I'll give you
Critical threat, critical threat, critical threat!
Oh,
Guys,
on confirmation rolls. What, 13?
13. Not bad.
Constitution.
ugh.
All
What a
right.
tease.
Yeah.
Damage though.
Now
Okay.
needs strength saving throw.
It does.
Critical.
Does
Yeah,
it?
that's actually big. Rank.
Saves.
Cool. He'll use his bonus action to move up to half his speed.
I can see him now, right?
I believe you can.
Boy.
I believe you can.
Get him!
Oh my goodness.
Oh
No.
my goodness.
15 does not confirm.
There you go.
There you go.
It's good damage too.
Solid.
He got a mini version of the Wyvern right there.
Yeah.
When he bloodied.
He walked into a bad situation.
He took a lot there.
And Alabrax has yet to go.
No, he did. I went already. He hit 3 times.
No, but he's about to go again. I mean,
Oh,
like,
a turn.
his
Yeah.
current turn. Like that was just his held action.
Correct. We could have a murder on our hands. All right, this ogre. He'll follow the charge. His buddy. Alabrax. That is not good. Okay, he'll do 3 on the 3 on the scary looking guy. 3
Rocks.
hits. He has not missed. Let's just all remember.
You're remembering.
I think you've got the enemy DM dice rolling on for him. You need to go back to the NPC DM dice roller.
After this combat.
Yeah.
Alabrax 3
Oh.
arrows takes it down because he's a fucking boss. And then it's the ogre that even didn't like. And he will dash, bing, bop. That's all he can do.
They have 40 feet of movement?
They do.
Wow.
40 feet of movement. They're quick boys, actually. Okay. Okay. Stupid bolt launcher.
Is there like something in the bolt launcher? Like
other
something has
than-
to be pushing it, right? It's
other
not
than
just
a
like
bolt. Oh no, it's a ogre that.
Oh, I
Yeah,
understand now.
It said ogre bolt launcher.
Yeah, it is an ogre.
I'm thinking it's just like a floating trebuchet.
I wish it was that.
That's the D&D version of a rocket launcher.
Right? Just like
It's like on one shoulder, and it just shoots ginormous bolts.
Hey. He'll dash. Okay, great. Round 6 is over, and by round 6 I mean round 1. Dyson, it's your turn. I love all the arrows everywhere. It just makes me so happy. Just arrows just being drawn, triangulating.
Yeah, I'll fire 2 heavy crossbow bolts at the guy to the south of me.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
One of those, I'll throw out Silent Strike. Needs to make a strength save.
It's the ogre sheet. Ooh,
Knock him prone.
that's big. Oop. Wow,
Back up a little bit.
this track is coming in hot.
Use his bonus action to
oh, you killed it. You
put
killed the
away
hotness.
his
I know, we already listened to it. It's like-
heavy crossbow and take out his shield.
Okay.
He's a shieldy boy.
Shieldy boy. Steve-O.
You literally place them just far enough away from each other.
Like a freaking genius.
Yeah.
It's all accidental. They're just running in.
Like a
Yeah.
dungeon master that knows.
Like a master of the dolls.
We've yet to. We don't see the wyvern, right?
You have not seen Wyvern.
Nope.
Concerning.
Hear it.
You can hear it
If only
In
he
the
was on the
distance.
map somewhere.
screaming. Screaming in the distance.
Just don't like the situation. It's pretty much. Oh, that's not even how the spell reads. So never mind. I'm going to. Fireball, bolt launcher, and the guy just south of the dead ogre. So these two guys. So I can't cluster anyone else, and well, that's a terrible roll. We'll take some dex throws, please.
So something fun happens.
Oh. Okay.
This ogre closest to you,
Uh-huh.
he counterspells you.
Hey! We got magical ogres.
Or it's an ogre in disguise. Or not an ogre. Okay, well, that's good to know. Yeah, I'll let that happen. And he disappears? Oh, no, then it just turns into a Nani. Great. How dark is it out right now?
Just as dark. It's dark still. Still dark.
All right, then I'm going to...
That's the extra niche there.
Rerolling its initiative.
Yeah. I'll think it out loud to everyone in case they don't already see, but hey, some of these ogres might be the riders themselves. The Nani, whatever we called Ugly, the Wyvern rider, just popped up here. So I'm going to move there with my movement, and then I'm going to use my Meta Magic Rod, and I would like a Wisdom saving throw from the Nani, please.
Love to. Wisdom! Where's my wisdom? 12.
Fail, and it'll take 23 points of necrotic damage.
Yeah.
That's my turn.
Love that. He is not supposed to be next. I believe he was down here. I'll put him down there because they're supposed to be like in the 5, I believe. Okay, there we go. I was just trying to get him on the boat. Trying to get him to do this. Alright, Taylor.
Do a little movement first. That's not 25. That's not 50 feet. That's not. Why is it doing that?
I can't even see it. I wish I could.
10, 15, 20. We'll start there. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to make a spell that's going to start right on the top right corner of this ogre to the south. And it's going to go 40 feet to the north. And it will also go 40 feet this way, catching both of those guys.
Is that something that's persistent? Do I need to draw it on the map?
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh.
You want to give me that 40 feet again, if you want?
Wait, before I do that,
Uh-huh.
I actually clicked on the wrong thing.
Oh, I was going to say, this is a sick spell.
Yeah, but I don't think it's rock. Is it? Can I turn this, what they're standing on, to mud?
Yeah.
Like under the
Yeah.
marsh?
I mean, it's
Again?
probably it's probably closer to mud than it is like rock currently. But what does it do if you guess it becomes muddy enough that creatures sink into it? I mean, you can make it even worse than it currently is.
That's what I want to do.
I don't see why not. It seems That seems cool. Yeah, give me that. Where you want it. I'll put it.
From the top right of that guy,
Okay.
and then over 40 feet. So it's gonna get both of these dudes in there, and they must make a strength saving throw or be restrained.
Okay. Please roll the strengths.
Nice.
2 fails.
So they are restrained, and this is like super duper rough terrain. It's a 4-to-1 ratio.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Sinks into the mud and is restrained. Uses action to end the restrained condition by pulling itself. I love that. That's very cool. And I don't know what restrained does. That 0 speed, and one of them's prone. Can we talk about that guy for a second? He seems like he's having a bad time.
Yeah.
Any creature under the mud when it falls. I mean, I like the ceiling thing. I feel like he's suffocating probably.
I feel like he's just trying to play dead.
I feel like that ogre is currently suffocating. He does have a high con, so we'll see if he can pull himself out. So he can hold his breath for a little while under there, but currently lower ogre is completely, you can't see him. He's completely under the mud and currently suffocated as he was prone when this happened. And it seems like he's having a bad time. Great. I'm gonna put little stop signs on, help to remember that that's what that does. Anything else, Salem?
That'll do it.
You've created a mud pit. Thirsty.
Well, we gotta do something about that Oni, bro.
Own dog. Whatever would you do to him? He's very nice. Just coming to say that.
14. If I remember right last time.
The 18 will hit.
That is his turn.
Okay.
Just garbage all around. It's terrible. Terrible damage, terrible rolls.
That guy runs in. That guy is stunned. And until the end of this turn, essentially, Lagandu, your next turn.
Yeah.
Okay. He just chills. He just chills there. Stunned. And it is your go.
Yay.
I'm gonna remove the captain from the board just to make the board work a little better.
Where can I move? To there. How far away is that? Is that 30? Damn. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna keep blasting at people. I want these first two to at least go to the Oni if they roll. There we go.
Yeah.
Last one I want to go to Ogre Boy to the south, doesn't matter, but that's fine.
Okay.
Then Oni is 20 feet to the left. Because he got hit by 2 blasty blasts.
Boom, boom.
And for now, that'll do.
Okay. Okay. I guess all I can probably do is try to get out of this fucking mud. And use its action to end the restrained condition on itself. Oh, okay. So it just uses its action to end the condition, but then it can't move
But
very much.
it's still only 4 feet.
Alright. So he's no longer restrained, but he does only get 10 feet of movement. Ugh.
Yep.
Yeah, that's to make another strength saving throw.
Trudging. He's just trudging through the mud. Amazing. And it ends its turn, so here we go. Strength save. Come on, big boy. Nope. We are stuck in the mud again. Wow. Okay. Alabrax.
Oh, he's gonna try to capture this thing, maybe.
Shoot. I didn't think about that.
Which is fine. Maybe.
Alabrax is going to aim for the one currently closest to Lagandu. And Alabrax sheet. Just crushing him.
Oh, he might not even be able to see it. He's far away.
They put. Okay. What's my speed? What's my speed? It's a lot.
Should be, yeah. It's got wings. It's a lot.
Flying over the battlefield. About 60 feet up currently. A wyvern enters the prey. Steven, there is someone on the wyvern, though he is invisible.
But I can see him.
But you can see him.
Does he look like an Oni or something
Yeah.
different?
He does look like an Oni.
Okay.
I'm gonna actually put a little toki on there just so that we see him.
Yep.
And I'll just give him the invisible icon, and he will jump into the turn order wherever he may lie. What a fucking perfect roll. Wow. What a guy. What a guy. Okay, that's the Wyvern instead. The Oni that's been pushed. How many feet? So bad, dude. So bad. Why does nothing reach anywhere you want it to, you know? Spellcasters.
The worst.
He casts a spell. And I wish there was, I need to make a token, I guess, for that. There's no way I'll ever remember, but I think there are 4 of him now.
There's 4.
Okay, yeah. There are 4 Onis standing here.
Oh, baby.
I think that, I guess he can still move. Why not? Yeah, why the fuck not? Why wouldn't you? He'll fly and then run up to fucking Lagandu's face. All four of them.
Can fly.
All four of them.
That went fast.
That's fine.
The bolt man. Fucking, he's technically underneath this.
The wyvern.
The wyvern. We'll go there. So we can get in range. And finally, I get to fire a bolt. Lagandu, a bolt is fired at you. A big, heavy fucking bolt.
What you got? That ain't no.
You like a 6?
No. I mean, yes, but
they're not the most dexterous creatures. That's it. That's all I've got. My suffocating ogre. You'll start to see hands kind of flopping at the top. But because he was prone, I really don't think that he should be allowed to get out that easily. And he is still restrained, but no longer prone. So he's kind of like half stood up guy. And that's his whole deal. The Oni that's on top of the Wyvern that is currently invisible. I don't think he does anything yet. I don't really think he can, to be honest. Yeah, he's just still flying around up there like a cool guy does. Dyson, this will probably be the last round of the night.
Oh.
Alrighty.
So make it count. Maybe you just kill everyone. Who's to say?
Maybe.
Did I forget an ogre? Oh no, that was a stunned guy. It's like, why are you so far back?
yeah, he's not stunned no more.
Yeah, he just didn't get to move yet. He's sad. And there is a 60-foot aerial presence. We need a 3-dimensional.
Yeah,
But I
I'm about
don't
to
act-
ask how Pythagoras is going to factor in here.
I don't actually
Okay,
want that. I don't actually want to, but I also do.
Let's. He's going to pull out the hand crossbow and he's going to fire at the bolt ogre.
Love it. Show him what a real crossbow is.
Thank you, little crossbow. Did that
Just auto hits.
Just the damage came through. I like it.
What?
I'm into it. But
Did
it's
that-
so weird. Oh, here you
Okay.
go.
That was weird.
We'll just take your new ones if you want. 8, 10. The 12 actually does miss against this guy,
Oh.
but the other 2 do hit.
On one of them, let's add a psionic strike. It needs to make a strength save.
Okay.
Fails,
Fail.
and it's knocked prone.
And you can move it up
Actually-
to 10 feet.
Actually, it's not knocked prone.
It's one or the other.
Let's move it horizontally 10 feet into the mud.
Yeah. Love that.
Squish.
Squeeze. Okay, when he enters it, does he have to do it or just on his turn?
So the first time he enters it on a turn, right?
Awesome. I think so. Enters the area on a turn. Yeah, boom. What's he got to do? Con? What was it?
Strength.
Great. They do have good strength. They're just not doing it for me. Bye. Stuck in the mud, baby. That is a good control spell. Really good.
All right. That
Sweet.
is all.
Awesome. We got some muddy boys over there, Steven.
So how does Pythagoras work here?
I mean, it's Pythagoras. What are you?
Okay.
What are we asking?
Well, like just if you're actually gonna do the math on the range or not. Or
I mean, he's 60 feet up.
okay, that's just all I was checking.
Yeah. If you got a 60-foot cone, you can probably get a lot of them.
No, it's a 60-foot range for the spell, and
I mean,
that's what I'm asking. You see what I mean?
yeah. I mean, if you can get within 60 feet on this battle map to where you want to be, then you're good.
Cool. All right. First, I would like this Oni to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okie
He's large, right?
yeah, he's a large creature. Is this a spell?
No.
Wonderful. Constitution.
Yeah.
Beefcake. He beefcake.
I am sad.
Rocks, baby. Oh, and he's just rolled rocks.
That changes what I want to do. Do it again.
Love that. Does he have it? Does he have the rocks? Nope.
No. He is
Nope.
frozen in a field of magical energy.
Give him a stop sign too. Just throw stop signs everywhere. Hey.
And then sorry, I'm making sure I do this right. Okay. Steven will move there. I think that's correct. Yep. All right. I would now like. I'm going to use my second metamagic charge, and I would like the Wyvern to make an intelligence saving throw.
you got intelligence in spades. -3 to it.
Whew. That fails, and it's going to take 28 points of psychic damage.
Boy.
That's 72. That's sitting there waiting. That's nice. And so in the Wyvern's mind, it is now, I think, surrounded by 4 legendary chromatic, chromatic and metallic dragons. Like, it is like their necks are like intertwined. Like, think of Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. If any of y'all were Yu-Gi-Oh fans,
Great. Great.
like, but just like that sort of idea of like the necks are everywhere. You can see the face and the teeth. It's surrounded by dragons on all sides, and that's what it sees in its brain.
Mm-hmm.
And it can't see or hear, and is restrained. And if it moves, that's when the 72 psychic comes in.
Yeah, everything's great for that guy. It's been a really happy days.
Yeah.
Love that. That's fun. Okay, I'm into it. Anything else?
Nope, that was a full.
Yeah, I think we got a reaction in there. We got
everything.
Thalik, the mud maker.
Yeah, so.
And I final thing, I'll telepathically tell Thalik and everyone, hey, I got the Wyvern.
That actually helps a great deal.
I really like the psychic thing. It's so good.
Yeah.
Explain to me, Michael, how doubling up on reduced movement works. If the ground is difficult terrain, and I put, say, a bunch of vines grasping at ankles, and it says it also reduces your speed by half, do those two get added together?
They do right now, and I'll carry it into the next week's, even if it's wrong. But then after next week's battle, then maybe it will be changed. But at least for this week, it definitely is fine.
As soon as you plop down that spell, well, that's exactly the first thing I thought was, can I stack that?
Yeah, I don't see why not. For this fight, it'll definitely stack, even if that's not a true thing moving forward. But I feel like it would stack.
All right.
Is this a box?
This is a line,
Okay.
and this line hits all 4 of those.
Great. Does it stay? Is this a persistent line?
It does.
Ooh, okay, cool. Somebody give me that line again real quick.
Oh, nice.
I don't... Okay, I got it. It's there. Not the most beautiful, but I think it worked. Yeah, we're great.
So they'll all make a dex saving throw.
Tell me about
In bud?
tell me about the ones that are
Restrained.
restrained.
Well, the dex saving throw is for the damage.
Okay, a restrained creature attack roll. The creature has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. That's what I thought. Okay, so disadvantage, -1 dex. That's the bottom guy. This is the next one up. This is the other ogre. So we got a fail, other ogre, fail, and bolt launcher, who also has disadvantage. Actually, he does pretty good.
That's actually a DC 19 with my +2 wand thingy.
Oh, boom! There you go. I think I rolled advantage. He's supposed to have disadvantage, so we got the 18. Yeah, we're good. So all fails.
31 piercing damage to all of them.
Okay. That guy's dead.
And this also is 1 foot. It uses up 4 feet of movement for 1 foot of movement.
Great.
So that's depending on if you use additive or multiplicative, either 8 times or 16 times slower than their normal movement.
Good. It's real good. I love that.
If you move 2 feet.
Do they get pushed or are they in the wall? Does
So,
it have
not to
that?
be that guy, is mud a solid surface?
Yeah, this mud is.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Do they get pushed to one side of the wall? On the wall, each creature within its area must move through the wall, albeit slowly. All right, beautiful. They're currently in the wall, and they're having a great time there. They're just loving it. All right.
That one ogre who got stunned, that might be the best thing that's ever happened to him.
Yeah, I think he's going to turn around and run the other way after seeing all the gore that he finds up there. Anything else, Salem?
Nope, that'll do it.
All right, X Factor.
Is there still 4 of these guys?
Which ones?
Mirror image.
Yeah, there are 4 of them. 4 of them.
And you would know not to shoot.
There are 4 of them, and they're all just standing there, being circled by the chronal.
The momentary stasis.
That's the one.
He looks different. He's surrounded by a field of energy.
Yeah, you've seen the momentary stasis before. But there is still 4 of
Is
them.
it only damage that knocks him out of that?
Yeah.
Then Xerxes is going to try something.
Yeah.
This video game logic.
Try something
that.
real good.
First of all, he's going to reload his weapon.
Yes, one does.
And then he's going to toss a flashbang over there just to see if maybe that would disrupt the situation over there.
All right, you know Lagandu's standing right there too, right? Just make sure.
We're just trying it out.
Casualty of war.
We're just trying it out.
I used to have the
Collateral.
flashbangs written on a piece of paper. Great. Okay, I need you can
Yeah,
just
you have to roll for this.
D20 plus Dex.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
What's your Dex?
3.
Good. Good.
Nate had to sacrifice his dice tonight so the rest of us could fly.
This has been awful.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. This has just been a waste of an entire game today.
Not for everyone, not for the collective group. We've been murder balling. You just had to fall on the sword.
Somebody had to fall on the terrible dice sword. An explosion does. It does indeed happen. It just doesn't happen where you exactly wanted it to. Maybe it bounced off a root that was coming out of the mud and just kicked the wrong direction. Just Xerxes doesn't like the mud and the bogs. Maybe bogs aren't his thing. More aggression to take out with your explosives later, I guess. Maybe a bigger charge on the tower. I don't know. You want to run in there, Xerxes? Get in there.
No, I'm good.
Hit him with your.
No.
Great. It's that dead ogre's turn, and now it's this one that wants to join the fight finally. He has 80 feet of movement. He only can get there with it, and I don't think he's got reach.
Did he just run through that wall of thorns?
Yeah, he's gonna take some damage there, I believe. And he might be in a really bad place.
And it slows his movement as he's going through.
Yes, it does. So we'll put him, right at the end there. Probably stuck in there. Yeah, Dex from my boy.
Yep.
Ouch, he says. Roll me that sweet thorn damage.
I think it uses that 31 every time, which is pretty average.
Awesome. He's feeling really good about his life choices. Lagandu.
There we go. Game. That's 5-10. We're gonna do some melee attacking. This dude's stuck in a
Yeah, you can
Already
see his
wall.
his arms like literally coming out the other side of this wall. As he's like halfway through. Just getting freaking mauled in there.
I clicked it. Click. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Click.
There it
There we
is.
go.
He's dead.
Yay!
10 hit points.
You know what? Let's do some cool stuff. Quicken spell. Actually, I lied. Hold on. I need to make sure. Where am I at? Oh, we're in range. We're in range. We're fine. We're fine.
How
I
tall's
don't
that
know why I
wall?
checked. It's like 120 feet. That's
No, you're good.
yeah. Can I was gonna say yeah. Do I have line of sight on Mr.
Yeah,
Oni guy over here?
I think
He's still
so.
on top of
He's
a.
60 feet. Yeah, the wall's only 10 feet high.
Cool. Then yeah, we will. It's quicken spell, right? Whatever it's called, whatever speedy spell is. Eldritch Blast 3 at the Oni on top of the Wyvern. See if we can't just.
Can't see it.
He's invisible. The Oni. The Wyvern is what the Oni is. Oni is not. And the Wyvern hasn't had his turn yet.
Yeah,
And
he's stuck in the
in
thing.
some kind of horrible prison of his own devices. But can you hit him still?
You can. Steven would tell him not to move him.
Okay. I wasn't sure if there was what the...
There's nothing in the text that says damage undoes it.
Just living in a mental prison.
So if the text says a creature can be moved or a creature is moved up to 10 feet, does that mean I have the option of not moving it?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Then that's what we do. The fuck?
Bang, bang, bang. 2 hits on the Wyvern.
Yep. That's it. That's all I got.
Okay. Okay, the ogre is in a bad state. I really don't think he'll be able to move very much in his current situation. Because he has to use a full action just to get himself unstuck here, and he's still in the thing.
Gonna take that slashing damage again, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe so. It's in the wall. That's its problem. Each creature within the area must make it out on a failed save. 1 foot, the creature moves through the wall. The first time a creature enters the wall on a turn. Yeah, here we go. Dexterity save. And technically it would have been restrained when it first was in the wall. So that's a disadvantage. How's this 7? 31 points. 31 points of thorn damage. This is a gruesome wall. This wall is very gruesome to look at. There is
Literally going to have killed 4 ogres.
There's a lot of death in the wall. Alabrax aims towards the Oni.
Which the visible one?
The visible one.
Steven would have told him specifically not to.
Yeah, and as Steven screams out in his mind, Alabrax gives a pissy face and shoots 3 at the Wyvern. Hello. Thank you, roll 20. No, did you miss? Did you miss? It's a 12 miss against the Wyvern. No, a 12 hits. He has not missed yet. This guy's fucking so good. God. Sick. Okay. Great. The Wyvern's turn. It's gonna fucking move, dude.
72 points of psychic damage.
Yeah. I don't see what else it would do. It's in the middle of flying in this direction, and you see it in the air as like you can see its body just changes. It's like trying to turn midair to like get away from something or whatever, but its momentum just pulls it through, and it takes 78 points damage, and it just corpse starts falling to the earth. With a Oni atop of it, because it is dead, and Alabrax thinks he killed it.
The real ones know. He's frozen.
Yeah, he just chills until the end of your turn, or start of your turn, whatever it is. The boat launcher is dead. The ogre, he's just dead. He's going to die this turn. I won't even worry. Does half damage? Does he take half damage if he fails to save?
If he saves, yeah.
I believe so.
All right, he's dead. He can't survive half damage. Beautiful.
Free falling.
This Oni,
Loading.
60 feet. What is that? 66 D6.
D6,
Yeah.
I believe? Yeah.
66.
I mean, he has flight, but I think in that moment it's just too. He's falling. He just falls. He does not have a way to stop himself from falling in that. Takes 66 points of damage, 29 points of damage, and just might. Is that a concentration? Is invisibility? It is a concentration. I don't think he can save that. So he's visible. Oh no, he can't. He can't save that. What is it? DC 15. 22. Okay, he is still visible. We good. We good. He's prone, he stands up. He's behind the wall, invisible.
You gonna fight or live to fight?
Everything around him is dead. Does he have any egress? Any way to get away? Yeah, so no one knows what happens back there behind that wall. Because I believe it blocks a full visual of what's behind it. And there's an invisible Oni back there. What a fight, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for destroying all of my
Yay.
creatures. What great practice that was. For all-out war.
Yeah.
Note to DM: do not put team on map with no obstruction
I mean, I
and
love
long
that.
ranges.
I think you guys were very deserving of being able to fucking
If the
show
first
me what you
tower-
got. Just show me what you got.
If the first tower was like as bad as we can be strategically, this one was as good as we could be strategically.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think when you can do some strategy, why not? Let it see how let it play out. That was kind of sick. It was just devastation. There's a
Getting
wall of just dead Onis in it. Or dead ogres.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
bleeding.
I don't remember whose idea it was. It wasn't mine, but getting the first Wyvern on its patrol and doing it basically on the surprise round was huge.
Yeah, before I even had a turn to act.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that really helped.
We could not have rolled any hotter on that surprise round either.
Pretty huge. Well, I guess we're dealing with an Oni next week. Whether it's, however, we're dealing with it. We're dealing with it.
Yeah.
One or two.
I love it.